Alright, look here. First things first, congratulations to LeBron and the LeBronettes for winning Game 7 in Boston. I figured they would. I just figured all the reasons that young teams lose on the road is like magnified by 100 in Game 7. And it's pressure, it's nerves, it's playing out of your rhythm. And even with a great coach like Brad Stevens, it's hard to stop a young team from just losing control. And that's what we saw. Terry Rozier played like garbage. The other Celtics played like garbage. I'm not entirely sure this is a good team. I'm not entirely sure this is a really good team. I think this is a good team that has played above their heads for a long time. I'm not saying I take credit away from LeBron James. Again, he was out there by himself for the majority of the series. He didn't have Kevin Love in this final game. This is one of the 2 worst teams he's ever played on. And he has bulldozed his way to the NBA Finals. Again, how? I don't know. But one person who did play fantastic on the Celtics, and I said in the Summer League, this is not hindsight, this is foresight, in the Summer League, that Jayson fucking Tatum is going to be Kobe fucking Bryant. Light-skinned, slightly taller Kobe. And that's what we saw. I'm telling you, this kid is going to be a beast. When Gordon Hayward comes back, he's going to be the 3rd best player on that team. It's going to be Kyrie, and then Jayson Tatum, and then Gordon Hayward. I'm telling you, he's an animal. So yeah, there's a few things I came away with from this game. Number 1, Boston stinks. Number 2, Boston's going to be really good in the future. Starting next year, especially if Kyrie can stay healthy. Jayson Tatum is going to be a perennial all-star. Maybe not Kobe like career-wise. I don't know if he's a top 10 player ever, but he's going to have a really good career. And watching LeBron James is a fucking experience. It's taken me a while to come around to it, mainly because the ridiculous amount of praise he gets. And it's not ridiculous, he deserves it. But sometimes you go over the top. Bothers me. I've come to accept it. It's taken him being stripped of all his godly possessions. Like Thor. It's taken him being stripped of all his godly possessions. D-Wade and Kyrie and Chris Bosh and Kevin Love, for me to just go, oh, you know what? You all worthy of fucking top 2 player ever. Now listen, he's not beating. That's all. That was the last thing I realized. Watching this game, first of all, it was an awful game. It was close and exciting for the closeness of it, but as far as like play, Jesus. And the final score, 7-3. What is this, fucking football game? It stinks. I come to the conclusion that there's no possible way. If Chris Paul's healthy, I don't even think they can beat Houston. I'll take Houston in 6. I'll take Golden State against Cleveland in 5. As for that game, I said read Chris Paul was more not likely than likely to play, which is a really awkward way of putting it. Iggy's not going to play for Golden State. I'm going to take Golden State. The same reason I take LeBron, because they're just better. No fucking complicated answer to it. I just think that team is better than that one. And Golden State should have the best player on the floor, Kevin Durant. They arguably should have the 2 best players on the floor. But they don't play like that all the time. I don't know why. I put money on Golden State. Anyway, what'd you think? What did you think of the King? What did you think of Jeff Green, who had a fucking really good game? Fuck. I'm gonna read some of these comments if you don't mind. Indulge me a bit. You guys take the time to comment or like, or, you know, I feel a little obligated, especially on videos like this where it's not just, you know. Ollie Gaines, J-Mac, it's not that MJ is a bad person. Facts are facts, numbers are numbers, it's in the books. You think the youngins nowadays go back and watch those games? Absolutely. I had a friend of mine, young guy, 20, we'll call him 4, I think, who was like, LeBron is the best ever because like all these guys are before his time, like Jordan and fucking Kareem and these people. It's like, well then he's not the best of all time. You have to include all the times. I understand like Russell's Celtics are of a different time period. It's kind of weird to include him in this list when there's fucking 2.5 teams in the league. Snap your fingers, you're in the finals. I got 12 championships. You played against my grandma. That doesn't count. So yeah, those times count. I just think Jordan's better. That is what it is. Oh, and but he's an awful person. He just is. I thought about this. I've thought about this long and hard. Like if Michael, like all the stories you hear about Michael Jordan, about how he's like super competitive, but like not in a way that means anything. So on the court, he's super competitive, which makes him one of the best basketball players ever, the best basketball player ever. But you hear the story about him paying a baggage claim guy, right, to make sure his bag comes out first. Then he goes out and he bets the guys on whose bag's gonna come out first. He bets his own bag's gonna come out first. Then when it does, he wins his bet. That's hilarious unless you think about it for a long time. This man's a psychopath. There's something wrong with you. Or how he cheated some old lady in a card game. There's no money on the line. There's something wrong. There's something wrong with him up top. I'm convinced. Or in his Hall of Fame speech, where he flew in the guy who he was cut for on his high school basketball team. It's like, what the fuck? And then trashed him. And then just trashed him during his speech. And then trashed everybody else during his Hall of Fame speech. There's something wrong with this man. Up top. He's not a good guy. He is the best ever. It just is what it is. I don't care how he did it. He's the best basketball player that's ever existed. And we're lucky he played basketball instead of ran the country. Otherwise, we'd be in deep shit. DKS Films. I wish LeBron was as likable on the court as he is off the court. He seems like a great dude, but just irritating while playing. Yeah, I get it. He's like constantly whining. He's constantly fucking not running back on defense. Constantly arguing with the refs. He's never fouled anybody. He's always been fouled. Yeah, we had a lot of superstars like that. Is he one of the worst? Yes. Yes, he is. Last but not least, Devontae Smith. I also consider LeBron the second greatest player ever. The first is Kareem. Jordan is the 5th best player of all time. Bird and Magic are tied for 3rd. Both saved the league. What kind of blasphemy is this? What kind of unhope? I don't want the lightning to strike me. From the god of basketball. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't understand. Alright, let's knock this down one at a time. Bird and Magic are not as good as Michael Jordan. Yes, they saved the league, but whatever. It means nothing to me. I won't say it means nothing to me. I'm glad they did it. But, so what? So because you came before me, you get like an upper hand? What does that do with actual on-the-court basketball? Michael Jordan's just better. You know what I mean? Like the effects don't factor into my decision making. If a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around to hear it, Michael Jordan is the best ever. Hit the like button, subscribe, that always helps.